Once you discover there are demonic spirits in your family, how do you deal with them? Hello everybody, welcome to W.I.N Pillow Talk. It's Viv here. Yeah, the previous video we talked about identifying the demons in your family. Before I start, let me just quickly say something. I know some people would say, oh yeah, I live under the grace gospel and so I am already, that would not affect me. We're talking about, the Bible even reminds us that there will be demonic spirits that will go to 7 generations. So it may not have been your problem, but it's a problem in the family that you need to deal with. That you had nothing, you were not even a partaker of it. You don't even understand why your great-great-great-great-grandfather accepted. But anyway, it's resting in your family. So how do we deal with those spirits when they come? The question I have to ask you is, can you rely on somebody who's in intensive care for life every day? Can you rely on somebody who you know is dying every single day? Can you rely on that person? The answer that most of us will give is definitely no. But that's what me and you were doing. We're relying on the flesh. We're relying on the flesh every day for everything. We're relying on the flesh every day to think that all we are is this body that we see. Not realizing that we're actually spirits. When you start to understand that you're actually a spirit, it helps you. It helps you fight the good fight of faith. Because you know it. Because you understand it. That actually I am more a spirit than the container that helps me to stay on earth. That's all this body is. Because every day we're dying. We were all born these cute little things in our hands. Look at us now. You're probably watching this video. You're 20, you're 30, you're 70, you're maybe 90. Are you still the same 1-day-old baby? No. So you see, we're all dying gradually, daily, and going. When you know that the flesh is gradually dying, why are we relying so much on our flesh? Instead of developing the spirit man that is internal, that goes forever, that will never die. Because you don't even know how your spirit looks like. I don't even know how mine looks like. But because I know. The previous video I shared where I lost my dad. And the difference between the dad in the casket and my dad was that the spirit had left him. That was the only difference, because he looked as good as he used to look, with a beautiful smile on. And I thought I could just say, Daddy, and he'll get up. But the spirit had left him. So it made me realize we are more spirits. So if you've identified in your family, there is adultery happening. In your family, there is drunkenness happening. In your family, there is fornication happening. In your family, there is betrayal happening. In your family, there is gossiping. There is stealing. All those are spirits. When you have identified it, identifying it is not good enough. But it's a start. So what do we do about it? What do we do? It says what? For now you're a new creation. All old things have passed away. Everything from you has become new. How do you accept the newness? It's not just saying, I believe, and that's enough. Oh, no. You have to transform yourself by the renewing of your mind. You have to renounce the ancestral curses, ancestral issues, the demons that your ancestors brought into your family that you were not even a partaker, and says, now I am a new creation. Now I'm actually the line of God. I have nothing to do with this demonic. And you live, your character should reflect what you are saying. If you're saying one thing and you're doing another thing, you're definitely deceiving yourself. And how do you start? If it's an adultery, let's take an adultery for say. If you have an issue with adultery, once you make that phone call to that person, it's already defeated you. Even if you haven't gone, because you know where that phone call is going to end. It's going to take you through. So you see, the thing you have to do is what? Resist the temptation of even making the phone call. Actually, if you feel like that phone call, look for your wife, look for your husband. and direct that love towards him. Make him what you want him to be. Instead of trying to think, oh, because he doesn't know, that wouldn't harm you. Actually, you're killing yourself even quicker than you think. You know, if it is drunkenness, for say, look at where your dad ended. If your dad died young because of drinking and his livers and everything was affected, and you're also doing the same, if you're relying on the flesh, you know how your dad ended. And actually, if he died at 60, if he died at 70, you may not make 50. Because you're probably drinking much more than what he did. Until you recognize that and decide, you know what, when that drink comes in your mouth, you know, I feel like a half glass. A half glass shouldn't turn to 3 liters. No. You drink the half glass and you allow it go. And when that spirit comes to fight, you fight it. You fight the good fight of faith. That is what the spirit people do, because for say what? We don't fight flesh and blood. We fight principalities. We fight demons. We fight spiritual wickedness in high places. Do you know what a demon looks like? Do you know what a principality? Those are all spirit beings. And because you're one, that's why your fight is not with flesh, but it's rather with the spirits. And the only way you can defeat it is by what? Standing on the solid rock. You know, my dad left something for me. When my dad was here, I'm going to share you my story. When my dad was here, he wasn't feeling too well. He was actually in hospital. And he got up one day from home and he told me and my sister he wanted to go back. And we burst out crying. So the doctors told us, if your dad goes, he'll die within 2 months. And we were just, the tears could not stop. So I went and I pleaded with my dad. I said, please, Daddy, don't go. The doctors are saying it's not good for you to travel back to wherever he was going. And you know what my dad told me? He looked at me. He called me Mommy. He looked at me and he said, Mommy. I said, yes, Daddy. He said, since when did doctors become God? He has a son who's a medical doctor. He knows that doctors can take it to one extent, but the final say is God. What did he do? He said he's going. If he stays, he'll die. So we allowed him go. He lived for another 4 years. And he only left this earth a week after he decided that, you know what, I really want to go. My last child is married. All my kids are gone. I can go now and happily. And within a week of him saying that statement to my mom, he passed away. And that left me with a different feeling, with a different opportunity that nobody has the final say but me and God. So if you see life like that, you can defeat the demons in your family by you realizing you're actually a spirit. That is what my dad left with me. Since when did doctors become God? I know that doctors can take me to another level, but God has the final say in everything. So if you're standing on your flesh, if you're standing on, oh, I'm doing it because I want to join the in crowd, too bad. You've already seen the outcome from your mom, from your dad, from your family. That's how you're going to end. What legacy are you leaving behind for your children? If you're standing in the spirit, you fight the good fight of faith. You leave a story for your kids to follow, to take your fight to another level. Today, I am inspired by what my dad left me, that no situation is too hard, that God himself cannot fight for you when you allow him. When you are recognized as his child, he will fight for you. So join me as me and you dig deep to enjoy the blessings we've been sent on earth and to give to the next generation a better way of fighting the good fight of faith. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Stay with us. Check our website. Follow us on social media. And do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.